You guys know why we love Disney movies so much, cartoons, those movies that we watched when we were younger that we got completely enmeshed in. Think Lion King, think Frozen, think any Disney princess, think any of them. What did they all have in common? They all had in common this sort of thing where they had to go on this journey, on this quest to find themselves. And remember, yesterday I told you that tarot had that same storyline of the hero's journey. Lion King is my favorite analogy to use for this. So remember when Mufasa died and Simba ran away, and what happened was he ended up going on this journey, growing into finding himself. And the thing with it is he had to come back because he had to come back to himself. So he had to go back and, protect Pride Rock and do all of that stuff. Full card in tarot. It's the first card of the major arcanas. Usually when you pull this card, it's signifying that someone is going on a journey, and it's a very light-hearted journey. You kind of start out with nothing. So you see here she kind of has just a bag, her companion, and just a open perspective to see the world. And what I really like about this card, it is the first card in the deck, and it uses the number 0. And if you know anything about numerology, the number 0 is excess potential. So on this journey, when you start out being the fool and you don't know anything and you're trying and you're going for things, so say you're leaving your city or you're leaving your hometown to move to a big city or to start a project, a health journey, anything like that, that requires you to go through a process of deeply understanding yourself and deeply learning yourself. It's kind of like that. And also with the Fool card, a lot of people think that the sign Aries is the one over this card, but there's no particular zodiacs that go to the Fool card or are represented by the Fool card, but the planet Uranus. And what do we know about Uranus? Is a disruptive planet. So it definitely comes with a lot of wanting to go against the grain, wanting to challenge the status quo, wanting to see yourself in a different light. And this is also representative of air signs. So this, when you pull this card, you're making a declaration to start a new path or to go on a journey to become successful or whatever your end goal is. But you're basically the fool. You don't know any better, and you're willing and lighthearted enough to go in a space that has so much excess potential. So I really truly love this card because it definitely is representative of someone who has a certain innocence about them, that they're learning about themselves, and they may be stumbling along the way, but the fact of the matter is they're going to have an open heart throughout the process. And when we read this in reverse, when this comes out in reverse, it is being stagnant or resistant to change or holding yourself back and making yourself feel stagnant. I can see why people would see that it is a Aries sign, or they would use the planet Mars to go along with this because it's young and it's fiery. But in totality, you are making that declaration and saying out loud by your movement that I want something better for myself. Follow more to learn tarot with me.